Jesus meets his mother. John tells us in his Gospel, near the cross of Jesus stood his mother's sister, Mary the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus saw his mother there, and the disciple whom he loved standing nearby, he said to his mother, "Dear woman, here is your son," and to the disciple, "Here is your mother." From that time on, the disciple took her into his home. One of the most difficult things about the COVID pandemic has been the lack of physical contact that's been possible with family and friends. If we managed anything, it's probably involved staring at a computer screen on a Zoom call. For many of the older generation, the elderly or infirm, it has been a look through a nursing home window, reaching out hands, but only able to touch through a pane of glass. In our passage from John 19, we see a mother standing, hands outstretched, unable to help her son in his distress. Yet it's Jesus who speaks out, making provision for his mother with his request to John to look after her. Luke tells us in his Gospel of Mary visiting the temple in Jerusalem with Jesus as a baby to present him to the Lord, and then meeting with Simeon and of his words to them. This child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and will be a sign that will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, and a sword will pierce your own soul too. Words that must have cast a long shadow across Mary's life as Jesus inevitably made his way closer and closer to the cross. Mary was willing to accept the cost of service which God had asked of her, bearing and loving the Son who made God's gift of life to her and to us possible. How willing are we to accept the true cost of discipleship? How much are we willing to give back to God in return?
Lord, we think of Mary. She follows you. She follows on, desolate in the crowd on the way to the cross. Surrounded and jostled on every side, she sees no one but you. She sees every gesture, senses every groan. She feels every blow, every injury. She feels your pain. She suffers your pain. A sword is piercing her heart. Without touching you or speaking with you, perhaps she begins to see the plan, that through your suffering you will save her. You will save the world. We find ourselves in the crowd. We walk with others in their way of the cross. We too sense evil. How can you save the world? It is too broken, too weary, and at every turn we see new injustice, violence, pain. Lord, show us how belief in your death and resurrection changes us, changes everything. We feel useless and ineffectual on our journey, but through you and by your Spirit, we can overcome. Help us walk alongside others, knowing their sadness and their sins, and caring. Help us keep our eyes on you. May we never close our hearts, but like Mary, in seeing your suffering, may we know and share the victory you have won for us all.